Hello, welcome to Eyewitness Report, the one-stop platform on Channels Television which focuses on reporting events from the eyewitness perspective. I am Yomi Otaibi. This week's edition of the program collates eyewitnesses' pictures and videos from the protests that rocked some states over Naira scarcity following the Central Bank of Nigeria's currency swap policy. Stay with us for these and more shortly. The scarcity of the redesigned Naira notes appears not to be going down well with some Nigerians, as protests, violent in some cases, have been recorded in some cities across Nigeria. Eyewitnesses recount their experiences as they struggle to get their hands on the redesigned note.
An amateur video shows the moment a commercial bus driver in Lagos rejects an old 500 Naira note from a commuter.
Help me now. They will start me for work. I get wife and pity for house.
The protest over scarcity of cash in Lagos State took place around Ojota, Ketu and Mile 12 axis of Ikorodu Road.
It's not that good people they fight for here. Union is not fighting for here. But all those people, all those marketers, they are shouting to say the money, they don't collect the money from market. To take money buy something is not easy. They don't collect them for inside market. That is why they are shouting here. All those drivers and conductors, they don't collect the money. They say they don't collect the money from police station. But now, that is why violence for here. But we come there, as we come now, we let them know what is happening. They say, we are not fighting.
If they all do new notes, government they do it, but you don't know where they spend, where they give us. Yesterday, I don't show food we eat. I don't see food, I don't see money spent. Wait till I go. Hey, this Nigeria don't they spoil. She said they don't they keep people. We need the old money, more they spend the old money. The new money we go spend now, but the old money, more they spend how they go.
Traders at the popular Mile 12 food market are also facing difficulty in transactions as a result of cash shortage.
I've been here since 6 a.m. But because of they are not collecting the old cash in my hand, since then, even my market, I've not bought one, talk less of buying all. And I've been here since 6 a.m. till this time. All the place I'm going to, all the old notes in my hand, they are not collecting it. Like, we are all suffering. All my parents are not happy. Our parents here said they are not happy. They are not happy.
Old man, they don't collect them. They don't collect them from my hand. They don't collect the old money. Men are help us, I beg you.
Our governor help us, yo. No new money, no pepper, no new money, no alubasa. Please, help us, yo.
Before he spoke yesterday, we were collecting money, business is going on. But at us yesterday morning that I spoken, things has gone down totally. No more marketing, no more anything. Even some of our customers that they wanted to come, we had it in the morning that they blocked the road, they don't have access to come and buy market. Those that's entering market, when we collect the money and about to give them change, they are rejecting old money, and which is it make our business to be collapsing.
As the chairman of the market, I came and said this is what the interpretation of the court is. It means people should just continue doing their trading. We're doing our normal trading, people are buying in the market, people are selling. But when we took money to the bank, they reject the money. Several banks that we have around this axis are not collecting that money from us. So we decided to say, okay, if you're not collecting money, let us do it this way. Let us pack the money we have, ask some people to go through plane and buy the market from the north, because northerners are still collecting this money. And I've asked them, look, it's better you collect that money than losing your stuff, because we are selling perishable items in the market. Once you bring tomato, you bring onions, tatasha, and all these things we are selling are perishable items. If you don't sell them, you are on your own. It's better you have the money. At the end of the day, we'll see how we can find out the money for CBN to collect the money than leaving the market to perish and everyone will be spending in the market. So we have given them my own order that they should collect the money. We'll see how we can fight it out for CBN to collect the money from us. But as it is now, we are doing help. If we don't sell, we are going to lose. And at the same time, if people doesn't get this food, the problem we're talking about will escalate. That is why we do our possible best to make sure that we send the money through some means of flight, some means of transportation. It's difficult to transport money now, but it's easier for us on a plane to give one person and said, Ms. Awolu has 1 million naira, Ibrahim has 2 million naira, everything is calculated. When we go to the market, we give everybody his money. But now it's even difficult. So what we are saying, if EFCC continue intercepting the money as it is now, it means nothing will come to the Lagos. Nothing will come to Lagos State as in food. So it's a difficult situation in this market. Very difficult because difficult in the sense that what we are selling are perishable items. Much of them are in the market now. We have a lot of things in the market. And if we don't collect this money, we will perish. Where do you want us to go to?
Pockets of protests also broke out in Ikotun, Yanoiba and Agege as angry residents barricaded roads and major streets with burning tires.
We woke up to an attempt or multiple attempts by some miscreants to distort the security within specific areas across Lagos. Starting from this point, we had reports also from a few other areas, Ekpe, Ikorodu and Ojo. However, because we already anticipated through our intelligence sources and based on what is happening in other parts of the country that it could happen, so we already had an operational framework in place. So as soon as it was reported, we triggered our protocol to it, and thankfully, as at this moment, we were able to overwhelm them, and peace has been restored across all the flashpoints. Apparently, an average Nigerian under a democracy has some rights. We respect those rights, but we also appreciate the limit of those rights. If your rights and your concerns are expressed within the ambits of the law, you'll be protected. But what we are witnessing here goes beyond that. It's just an attempt by touts, mostly miscreants, in most of the places, to take advantage of the situation in order to cause, to threaten the security order in Lagos State. We will not tolerate that. And we have said it over and over again. For those that are still determined to destabilize the internal security order, the peace that an average Lagosian enjoys, we'll deal with them forcefully. Even though, yes, we have restored order, we are still keeping our boots on the ground. And that's why you see me coming along with my AC operations to make sure that the architecture, post-crisis management architecture is maintained. And we also have the convoy patrol and the joint show of force to complement that. So we'll keep monitoring the situation.
The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was not left out. In the wake of the incident, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State calls for calm.
My fellow Lagosians, this is a heartfelt call to you as your governor to please remain calm at this time and avoid all forms of violence, arson or rioting. Even in the face of difficulties and frustration that are being faced by all. Violence and destruction should not and will not be the answer. We have noticed with dismay the rampant incidents surrounding some of the players in the financial services value chain, especially POS agents and operators, as well as petrol station attendants in some places, who have taken the current challenges to mean an opportunity to extort hardworking and law-abiding Lagosians with extorted services charges on funds withdrawal and sale at the various petrol stations. Let me appeal to those involved in such behavior to desist from such sharp practices. It is especially in difficult times like this that we all need to be our brothers and our sisters' keeper and do everything that we can to contribute to lessening the hardship faced by our fellow Lagosians. This is not the period to sacrifice empathy, compassion, and humanity on the altar of profits and exotic money making. And to my good people of Lagos, please resist the opportunists who seek to take advantage of the anger and frustration that we're all feeling to hike the situation and to foment trouble amongst us. There is no justification whatsoever for attacking public or private property. The law enforcement agents have received clear instructions to take full control and to ensure zero tolerance for any and all acts of arson, violence, or destruction. And we're enjoining all law-abiding Lagosians to carry out their lawful activities without fear.
In Ogun State, eyewitnesses narrate their experience in trying to obtain the redesigned Naira notes. While calm appears to have returned in parts of Abeokuta, bank ATMs are still crowded.
Nigerians are really undergoing a lot of stress because even me myself, I have a lot of the old notes with me and I cannot spend it. And as I'm coming from Lagos now, there are a lot of people that transfer money, and because their alert has not come, so they drop them at the park and tell them that they have to come down from the bus till their alert comes. So they did not come with us. They have to wait for the next bus. So people are really going through a lot of stress because of this old and new notes.
If you go to POS now, to get money out of POS, it's very difficult. There is no point at getting money. The issue now we have is that we are the one that we are bringing ourselves down. Who is the main problem? Now we blame the government. The government is there, fine, they are the head. But now there's no way we are to blame the government, because to get the money you go to bank, although at times it's difficult to get money out of the bank. But there's no way we are to extort ourselves or because we want to enrich ourselves. No, it doesn't make sense. But POS, to get money at the POS now is very difficult. So it's better we just live by ourselves and just help one another. That's the only way I think we could grow in Nigeria.
The situation had earlier sparked riots in the state capital. An unidentified resident was earlier reported to have been shot in the process.
Let me first of all put the record straight. The young man is still alive. He's not dead. He's recuperating at the Federal Medical Center in Diaba, in Abeokuta here. The Commissioner of Police, CP Lanre Bankole, has visited him, and there is no truth in the rumor being peddling around that the guy has passed on. No, he's still alive. Not until when the bullet is removed before we'll be able to ascertain whether it is the police bullet or another the bullet from another type of gun. So we are waiting for that, and as the investigation is going on, we will brief members of the public appropriately. It's unfortunate that some hoodlums took the advantage of the protest and started attacking banks, destroying the bank ATM gallery and some other public property. And as an organization that is saddled with the responsibility of protection of lives and property, we cannot fold our arms while hoodlums will now be taking people's life for granted. So we have to move out to quell the riot and to bring the situation under control.
Watching and seeing, a young man, being shot was so heartbreaking. We thought the worst had happened. I quickly called on my entire health team, led by my Honorable Commissioner for Health, to ensure that this boy was given prompt attention. And I want to thank everyone, particularly my commissioner, and the FMC led by the head, who is here, for the immediate professional intervention that they gave this young man. But for that, we will not be here today. We will be somewhere else, probably at the morgue. I want to congratulate them. I want to congratulate them because they have proven that indeed we have the local capacity, expertise, equipment, They responded with dispatch. They brought him here. This boy was shot in the arm. The bullet went through his chest and barely missed his heart. One of his arteries, his major artery on his right arm was damaged. He had lost so much blood. When he was brought in here, this boy was unconscious. There was no pulse. His heart was hardly beating. And but you know, FMC team, nurses, everybody worked very hard. I want to plead with everyone in Ogun State. Your governor is doing everything humanly possible at this time. We've spoken to Mr. President, we've spoken to the governor of Central Bank, I've been to Central Bank, I've met with the bankers. And you can see the situation is evolving positively. Please, I've met with the royal fathers, I've met with Bales. Please bear with us. We cannot resort to violence. Breaking banks, looting banks, breaking ATMs will not solve the problem. You will only create fear in the hearts and minds of the bank staff, and they will not want to open the banks. So even if there's supply of cash in the banks and the banks are not open, you will still be just as frustrated. So please do not take it out on the bankers. The money is not there. The supply is a problem.
We'll take a break and return for more on the unrest in Oyo and Kwara states. Welcome back. Protests also erupted in Oyo and Kwara states. Some infuriated residents threw caution to the winds, destroying properties, while the state governors sue for peace and security officials try to put the situation under control.
There were also protests across Ibadan, the Oyo state capital. Commercial activities were grounded as angry residents, mostly youth, took to the streets to vent their frustration on the banks and other public amenities over their inability to get the redesigned 200, 500 and 1,000 naira notes or even transact with the old ones.
I went out very early this morning. I'm agitating personally because I don't have any money at hand. To withdraw money from the bank is a big problem. So where are we going in Nigeria? I don't really understand though. And if you see everybody going around the street, you can see people are just walking. Majority are walking dead because of what? Hunger.
It's been affecting me a lot because it's just as if I woke up and this morning, it's just as if I was not a Nigerian before. I just woke up this morning just for me to hear that they're not collecting new notes. It's just like a shock to me and it's really painful. And considering that this place is a city, I'm more considerate because of people that are in villages. Well, I've been coping, but it has not been easy. POS charges has been extremely high. So, and the money is even scarce, but you can find a place that is going to give you new notes. Even at that, the last time I withdrew, it was old note I got.
Speaking about the Naira swap and the experience so far, it's not something that anyone would think twice before you'd readily have answers to, because it's been very traumatic. It's been a needless stress. It's been hellish. And in my personal view, I think it is undeserving at this time. There is no part of the world where you want to mop out old currencies and then inject new currencies with such time frame. It will put the entire economy into serious comatose. And at this point in time, especially considering the fact that we're just a few weeks away to general election, coming up with this policy, monetary policy, has really put Nigerians into an unimaginable pain.
There are some people who we have been able to intercept their interests, which is definitely against the interests of members of the public. But people don't know. And therefore, we need to have an understanding. The security agencies are all over the place working. And we don't want this frustrated because the people we are working for should also understand us. A policeman is a human being. He has human rights. You just see him because you have problem with CBN and you fire him or you kill him. And you say you are fighting. What are you fighting? You are an agent of disunity. And this is what these people want to do. They want to cause problem so that we all be running up and down, so that they have opportunity to loot, so that they have opportunity to rob banks. And we say no. And together, we can ensure we keep them in their space.
Going around the places, we took off from Aleshinloye area up to Ele, the junction of Ologmeru, to Ijokodo, Sango, UI, Agodi here, up to Iwo Road. And what we've seen is that, yes, this really happened in some part of Ibadan, not the entire Ibadan, because from what we saw along Ele Road, there were people that set bonfire and they were appealed to remove the thing. Situation has been brought to normal. Normalcy has returned. People have come out to go about their lawful business. And areas where it seems as if hoodlums want to take advantage, the security operatives are out there to ensure that they don't take advantage of a kind of peaceful protest that some people want to do to unleash violence on members of the public. With interaction that we had with some people that we saw at Ele, they have come out, and the simple thing is that these fellows have said, look, because of the kind of business they do, they are still taking old Naira notes from passengers, and that when they won't go to filling stations, the gas stations, to purchase fuel, the gas stations are not taking the old Naira notes. And of course, you can see their feelings, which is genuine. But what we want to say is that we don't want hoodlums to take advantage of this and turn the state into a place where they will say there is no law and order. Yes, there may be political undertone and all those things, but what the security commanders want to assure the people of Oyo State is that the proactive measures they put in place, they will continue with it, and I think the proactive measures had helped in a very big way, because if there have not been proactive measures, maybe the situation would have escalated. So that proactive measures had made this, to be brought down almost immediately, and that is why people can go about their lawful business.
Protests turned violent in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital.
The protest was born out of the continuous hardship that was occasioned by the scarcity of the new Naira notes and even the old ones. You see, when people endure to a certain level, they get tired of enduring a very hard situation. And I think as youth, they couldn't forge ahead with the situation, which is indeed very, very frustrating. But at the same time, going for that protest, which has destroyed so many facilities of the state government, is actually uncalled for.
Honestly, I was somehow disappointed when I read the Mr. President's speech that 200 naira is still will be on economy till April 10. Why 500 naira and 1,000 naira has expired? Honestly speaking, that is not the solution now. Because as I'm speaking now, I don't have any kobo with me. Go to bank, there is no cash in the bank. So I think that the 200 naira note, 500 naira and 1,000 naira note, you can help us to extend it till April 10. That will have been better. Even as it is now, the 200 naira is not even enough.
To cushion the effects of fuel scarcity and Naira redesign on the citizens, the Kwara State government introduced free transport scheme for students and staff of some tertiary institutions.
Executive Governor of Kwara State, in his magnanimity, says that, or gave a directive that there should be free bus ride from all aspects of the state to the school, to the campuses around, to alleviate the suffering of students and staff of those schools due to the scarcity of fuel as well as scarcity of cash, which all of us are experiencing. So the students have been complaining and having issues trying to get to school. So the executive governor felt and deemed it fit that we should give a palliative to the students and staff of the schools. And that's why they are all going into the campuses free of charge.
I'm very impressed with the way things have. I just had
information that they have already spoke to the school that the school buses also should not collect any transport fare from the student, that the state is going to be in a responsibility for that because of the situation we find ourselves now. And I believe very soon everything is going to be all right.
Transportation problem is definitely one of them, because plus the fuel scarcity and everything. So I think it's a very, very good initiative of the state government to have such an initiative.
The Kwara State Police Command promises to increase visibility of its officers and men across the state to forestall any breach of peace.
Your participation in the program goes beyond being an audience. Your mobile device could do much more if you can capture activities in your area and send them to our Eyewitness portal on the Channels TV app, which you can download from the various app stores online. That will enable us follow up on the story with you as the Eyewitness reporter. That's it on this edition of the program. See you again next week. I am Yomi Otaibis.